Hi folks. So one of the things a couple people requested was sort of just how to set up pages or basically a tutorial on this. I don't know that Hammerhead has one of their own. So I've been trying to avoid the trainer all winter, but it's 28 degrees Fahrenheit out today. Sunny but cold and windy, so I'm gonna be a bit of a wimp and do an indoor ride, so that seemed like a good opportunity to maybe go through this process. So in case you missed that, over here is the pages button. I've got my typical road one and one that I started to set up for cyclocross because that bike has different sensors on it, or really it only has a cadence sensor. But we're going to use the road bike inside because that's the one with the power meter on it, but we'll do we'll do different pages because I don't really care about speed and things like that on a trainer because it's not really relevant. In my case, I'm looking at power and heart rate, and that's it. So I don't want auto pause on. It sounds like that's still maybe not working great. This is new, and I don't think I showed this the other day, but you can choose to either have navigation cues on or off in here. I'm not really sure what the benefit of that is. I hope this is a little better with the black background. I'm down in the basement again, and I mostly put it on this because I knew I was going to be rattling this device around a bit, and I was worried that it was going to make a lot of noise. So hopefully this is slightly better. So data screens. So I'm actually interested in this. I haven't actually tried this yet. I'm actually trying to get rid of the map because I don't care about it, but it doesn't look like I can actually remove that, so that's fine. I'm probably going to turn off location anyways because I don't want it trying to record. I've seen people recording these in their basement. It usually ends up with these, big squiggles around their house as the GPS comes in and out. Plus I'm in the basement and I'm not sure how much information that's really going to provide, obviously. So time of day I don't really care about. Distance, I guess, is fine. Cadence, heart rate, max speed, I don't care about. Speed, I don't care about. And so these things, if you're not seeing what I'm doing here, I'm swiping to the left to remove them. You have a brief moment of, if you're undecided, you have a brief moment to undo what you've done by tapping there. These little, I think Android calls them hamburgers or whatever they are on the side, allow you to basically click and drag and resequence, and then there's a preview button up here that lets you see what this is going to look like. So in this case, because there's only 4 fields, the top 2 data fields are large, the bottom 2 are smaller. I think I'm going to add a couple more to this, and obviously part of the tutorial is how to do that. So then you get these individual pages, so don't really care about any of this stuff. Here's the speed page, so speed, average speed, max speed, various 3-second, 5-second, and 10-second averages, don't really care about that. Obviously elevation data is going to be pointless on an indoor ride, so there's no point in having any of this information be displayed, but you can see what's available, and as noted before, these are all in a beta phase, so they do seem to be quite a bit more accurate based on, if you've watched any of the previous ride videos, the last ride, it was much better. Maybe still not quite there, maybe requiring a little bit of tweaking. So I do have my heart rate showing, and that's why heart rate isn't in this page. So if I were to go back out here, and if I were to remove heart rate, that's just base heart, like current heart rate. If I go back into this add data fields page and then go back over to heart rate, you can see now heart rate is back. Once I add this, it appears at the bottom, which is fine. I don't really know that I need cadence. I'm actually more interested in heart rate, so I'm going to move that up. But then if I go back to here and do add again, you'll see that now that heart rate has disappeared from here, and it's because it's basically telling you that you've already added it to one of your data pages. I'm not sure I actually like this because there may be cases where you want to have the same data field on different pages in different sizes, but it's possible. Let's try that. So maybe I'm doing this wrong. I'm going to add another I'm going to add another page, and I'm going to call it visuals, because these are those things I showed the other day or yesterday. In my case. So now I've added a new page. So if I go back to the screen, the visuals, they always appear, typically always appear on the bottom. I'm going to drag this up so it's the second page on the screen, or as I'm scrolling through the screens. So let's go here. Let's go add data field. Okay, I lied. So this is good. So basically it locks you out. It basically doesn't allow you to repeat a field on the same data page, which would be an obvious waste of space. You wouldn't want to have speed displayed twice on the same page. So this is good. So what I want to do, I think here, I don't really care so much about heart rate, but these are all the heart rate fields, and these are the new fields that I showed in yesterday's video or the previous video if you're happen to watching them in sequence. These are this lower one here is the visual cues, and this is just the zone. So if you just want to see what your zone is, I can't. Other than battery life and things like that, I can't imagine why you would want this one when this cool one with the colors and the graphics is available to you, but to each his own. So the heart rate zone can be displayed one of two ways: average heart rate, maximum heart rate, and percentage of maximum heart rate, which may be interesting. So what I'm going to do here is, just for this trainer ride, I'm going to add power to this visuals field. Visuals page, I'm sorry. I'm going to add the cool power chart here, and it does default to that. Yeah, so you have to choose one or the two, and you can do that by hitting these radio buttons and then hitting accept. Power zone. Let's see, what else do I want on here? Probably I'm going to put percentage of max heart rate, and then again, if you preview this, you can see. So very large, very easy to see. I'm going to be able to see my... Actually, I don't want power. I'm going to change that. So you swipe to the left to delete it. Because instantaneous power is... it isn't particularly useful because it can jump all over the place. So what I usually do is either 3 or... I think I'll do 5-second average, and then we'll move that up. So that's just going to kind of smooth the power out a little bit as it's being displayed. So if we preview this again, it shows 5-second average power on the top, power zone, and percent of max heart rate. So now I have 3 pages. The map's not useful to me. Oh, I can just turn that off. Sorry, didn't even notice that until just now trying to swipe it away. So it doesn't really make any... Again, it doesn't make sense to have the map on in an indoor ride. So my first page is going to be distance in miles, which heart rate, cadence. I think I'm going to actually move that around too. I think I want to know my cadence in case I'm not sure what ride I'm going to pick, and I'm going to make heart rate more important or larger. So that's going to be my cadence and my heart rate on page 1. On page 2 is going to be this visuals thing. And I think that's pretty much really all I care about while I'm doing these rides. I'm also going to ride. I'm going to ride with Ruvi, which used to be the Cyclops program, and they renamed it. So that's going to have a lot of other information on the screen. But just for a quick look down to see what power zone I'm in and what my power rate is, in case I'm doing something and I can't look up, I can look down and see this. I'm not going to run with the Garmin because to compare, because the Ruvi is going to report all this stuff. But that's just a relatively quick, and I can't see my camera because we're upside down now. We're already almost at 9 minutes here of me trying to explain how to set up data pages. But that's basically how you would do it. You can keep adding these. I don't know what the upper limit is. Obviously, you can add them and then choose later if you want to turn them on or off. You can resequence the way that they appear, and then when you're getting ready to ride, and I can start this now. You would select basically the profile. Obviously, you're not going to do a route. I think once they have training programs and things built into this, I would assume that those would appear here instead of a route. You might be able to pick a training session. I'm not really sure how that's going to work yet. And then you pick start, and then my heart rate strap is already on, so you are seeing that. I'm too far away from the bike for you to see any of this stuff, and I'm not moving anyways. I may record very, very quickly on the bike. And then here's power power and power zone, and max heart rate. So I'll hook up to the bike, I'll take a real quick video of this in action, and that's probably going to be the end. And then you can see, because I only have 2, you can just keep swiping one direction and you're just going to get the 2 pages. So I'm going to hit the pause button here. We're going to discard this ride. And I'll go hook up to the bike, and I can just run quickly through what this looks like on the bike, and you can actually see those that power bar moving. So thanks for watching. Hi again, folks. So we just basically went right from that previous clip to this clip on the bike, just warming up. So this is the display on the Karoo, and you know, on that one page we just showed. So heart rate is still reasonable because I'm still warming up. If I spin up a little bit, you can see the power jump up. So you can see how that bar works. Here's the glamorous setup in the basement with Ruby going. But that's basically it. I just wanted to show quickly on the bike what that bar looks like when it's power instead of heart rate, so that you can see it bouncing around. Already out of breath, so this hour should go great. But so this is the end of the how to set up pages. Hope that was helpful to folks, and thanks for watching. Hi folks, just one more quick one. Mid-ride, and my way of full disclosure, I'm wicked out of breath, as you can see by my heart rate. Also, for anyone setting one of these up yourself, this was a really dumb setup. I should have had my cadence down in that lower field. But this is one of the things that would be great if we could change these on the fly. It's not that easy to do. But basically, when you're on a dumb trainer like I'm on, instead of one of these smart feedback trainers, a given gear ratio basically pretty well, and cadence pretty well equates to power output. So if you're, you know, in the big chain ring middle cog, and you're, you know, going 90 or spinning at 90, it's a specific power. So in the future, I will fix this. Hopefully there's not too many more indoor trainer sessions. But as you can also see by the Ruby screen, excuse me, I totally missed that. I guess it would be the 8th interval. Couldn't do it. And I'm sort of half-assing this this little rest period and not going up. So in case anybody's worried about their own training, stuff like this is pretty common, at least for me. Okay, that's probably it for this one. Thanks for watching.